So, way back when people still had faith, I guess, there was a book written called The Consequences of Modernity by Anthony Giddens. Sometime in the 90s, I think I read it. Anyway, thing about this book, it had a lovely argument that these days feels impossibly idealistic, but it also had edge to it. So that it said one of the effects of modernity was that we all had to trust more. Now, for Anthony Giddens, who was a little bit of a positivist on the quiet, that was fine. There would be problems, but fundamentally, we lived in societies that were engines of trust, and that was okay. And one of the things, of course, that drives all conspiracy theories, beyond my epistemology of thought, is that collapse of trust. Because once you live in a society where companies really are producing food for profit and they don't really care very much about your health, once you have one or two health scams, then trust begins to strain and to break. And all the double blind tests in all the world, all the scrupulous testing in all the world cannot restore that trust once it's gone. You see, Anthony Giddens' point was that if you are in a complicated society where actually most of the big decisions were being made by experts, you kind of had to trust the experts and the method that they're using. And that is absolutely fine as long as it is consistently doing what it says it's doing. But the minute it uses the fact that you don't understand it to hide things that actually probably are against you, then the entire trust breaks down. This, of course, is made even more complicated, that all the double-blind tests in all the world will only test what they're testing for. And one of the deep lessons one has learnt about chemicals and modernity and use of drugs and everything like that is that actually everything has consequences and you can't always model the consequences. And so you always have to consider, is it worth doing this policy, which in the immediate term might be the only thing I can do, and handle the long-term consequences or not? Now, governments, being as they are, tend to do the short-term policies. And sometimes, to be honest with you, that is the only thing you can do. But those long-term consequences, the sacrifices that we're prepared to make for short-term benefit, also immediately look like a conspiracy to a world where trust has broken down. I think my point is, before one laughs at endless conspiracy theorists, of the ilk that the government are causing plagues to wipe out hilltop farmers, which is doing the rounds down here in the paranoid Ariège, one has to see that these are as much symptoms of a breakdown in trust and an awareness that actually, within the system, at spheres you don't understand, there are people who are manipulating it for your benefit, who are blindsiding you, amongst everything they're selling you, all the things that are being useful to you. The problem with conspiracy theorists is that it's a very bad way to find out what those people are and how they're doing it, because it actually kicks away the tools of maths, of proper investigation, of journalism, that would actually allow you to assess those truths, replacing it with idle rumour and speculation. If I wanted to have a conspiracy theory, my fundamental conspiracy theory that all conspiracy theories are founded by those in power to hide the effects of their power with an idle rumour, endless speculation and paranoia. Because the best place to hide a lie is within a nest of other of things that are claimed to be lies that aren't. Paratruths, if you like. Once everybody dismisses those people who are spotting something is wrong as just another conspiracy theorist, and you can do what you like. That's a bit laboured, but the point is that conspiracy theories are both justified and exceptionally dangerous. They're exceptionally dangerous because they rob you of actually finding out what is going on. And that's why one must understand them so carefully, before one even thinks about dismissing them.